Japan has a rich history and culture. Before actual written histories, the Jomon culture inhabited the islands of Japan. Very little is known about them, except that they evolved into the Yayoi culture when groups of immigrants braved the seas to settle in Japan. The Yayoi brought with them agriculture, the working of bronze and iron, and a new religion which would eventually be developed into the Shinto religion. Most old Japanese rituals are rooted in the Shinto religion. Shinto does not have a specific founder, nor does it have sacred scriptures such as the Bible. Shinto gods are called kami. They are sacred spirits that take the forms of things and concepts important to life, such as wind, rain, mountains, trees, rivers, and fertility. Humans become kami after they die and are revered by their families as ancestral kami. The kami of extraordinary people are even worshipped at some shrines. Some common Shinto rituals surround purification, life blessings, and weddings and funerals. Purification rituals are known collectively as mizunogi, but there are specific types. The Shinto religion believes that everyone is good, making purification an important process in its rituals. Water and salt are commonly used as purifying agents. Purifying rituals can be done individually, but they are always performed at the start of Shinto religious ceremonies. One of the simplest purifications is the rinsing of the face and hands with pure water at the start of a shrine visit in order to make the visitor pure enough to approach the kami. The concept of purification originates in the legend of the god Izanagi no Mikoto, who washed himself free of pollution after visiting his wife in the land of the dead. One tool used by priests, called the harigushi, is a type of purification wand, and consists of a stick with streamers of white paper fastened to one end. It is waved over the person, place, or object to be purified. Ohare, a type of purification, is also known as the ceremony of great purification. It is a special ritual that is used to remove sin and pollution from a large group. The ritual is performed at the end of June and December in the imperial household and at other shrines in order to purify the whole population. Ohare can also be performed at a year-end purification ritual for companies, or on special occasions such as the aftermath of a disaster. Shubatsu, another type of purification ritual, sprinkles salt on priests, worshippers, or on the ground to purify it. One notable use of salt in purification is found in sumo wrestling, when the fighters sprinkle salt around the ring to purify it. Special blessings at special times in one's life are also ritualized events in the Shinto religion. The first blessing is the Hatsumoraime. This occurs when a newborn baby is taken to a shrine, usually the local one, to be placed under the protection of a kami. The child then becomes a parishioner of the shrine. The ritual takes place on the 32nd day after birth for a boy and the 33rd day for a girl. The baby is taken to the shrine by its grandmother because the mother was thought to be impure after childbirth. The grandmother dresses formally, carries the baby, and then wraps a child's celebratory kimono over the top. The kimono is tied around the back to stop it from falling, and particular objects symbolizing a healthy and prosperous future for the child are tied on. The child is taken to the shrine where he or she is purified and prayed over by the priest. The next life blessing is the Shishigosen, which is a national holiday celebrated on the 15th of November. On this day, parents take boys of 3 and 5 years old and girls of 3 and 7 years old to shrines to give thanks to the gods for a healthy life so far and pray for a safe and successful future. Children were required to shave their heads before this holiday, after which they could grow their hair. Boys wore hakamas and girls wore kimonos. The final blessing takes place on Seijin Shiki, also known as Adults' Day, which occurs on the 15th of January. The rituals of this holiday are similar to those of the Shishigosen. On this day, those Japanese who have had their 20th birthday in the previous year attend a shrine to give thanks and pray for a successful future. This is the first day that the 20-year-olds dress in adult clothing. The ceremony is generally held in the morning at local offices, and all young adults who maintain residency in the area are invited to attend. On occasion, government officials give speeches, and small presents are handed out to the new adults. The standardized Shinto wedding ritual is based on the ceremony used for the wedding of Crown Prince Yoshihito and Princess Sado in 1900. Before that, ceremonies varied a great deal. A Shinto wedding is a small-scale affair involving a couple, their family, and their close friends. The bride normally wears a white kimono with a white scarf, which symbolizes purity. The ceremony begins with ritual purification. Next, prayers are offered for the couple to have good luck, happiness, and the protection of a kami. Then the couple drinks sake, taking 3 sips each from 3 cups poured by the miko, which are shrine maidens. Then the groom reads words of commitment. In many weddings, rings are exchanged. This is followed by a sacred dance performed by the miko. The ceremony ends with an offering of tamaguchi, which is a sacred branch, and a ritual sharing of sake by everyone present. Funerals are usually conducted by people other than priests, since contact with the dead would be too impure for them, and funerals do not take place in shrines. However, great care is taken when planning funerals, anniversaries of recent deaths, and in the upkeep of gravesites and home shrines. Although gravestones are usually large in size, only ashes are buried beneath them. Usually, fresh flowers are brought weekly, and there is a bowl of sand used to hold the incense stick that is lit at the beginning of each visit. Preparation is the key to Shinto ceremonies, including burials. Each stage in a burial has to be precisely performed according to centuries-old protocols. There are over 20 procedures, but 4 of the most important are Kichu Fuda, Koden, Katsueiji, and Bungatsu. Kichu Fuda is a period of intense mourning, which lasts for 1 day. During this period, mourners wear solid black, and some may carry rosary. A Shinto priest is needed to perform the rituals to begin and end this day. Because the mourning period is only 1 day, several other steps take place during this period, such as koden, which is the giving of an obituary gift. Friends and family of the deceased give monetary gifts to the family. This helps to reduce the financial burden of the burial services. Katsueiji is the gathering of a person's ashes. If bones do not burn completely, family members remove the bones with chopsticks and place them in the urn along with the ashes. This urn is then placed at the shrine for the services of the priest. Then it is removed and buried in the gravesite. However, not all of the ashes are buried. During the Bungatsu stage, some ashes are given to the close family members to put in their home shrines. One shrine may have the ashes of several ancestors. If the ashes are not passed down through the family, they will be returned to the grave. One of the darker past rituals of Japan was the practice of seppuku, or ritual suicide, which was an integral aspect of feudal Japan. It developed as a part of the code of Bushido and the discipline of the samurai warrior class. To samurai, seppuku, whether ordered as punishment or chosen in preference to a dishonorable death at the hands of an enemy, was an unquestionable demonstration of their honor, courage, loyalty, and moral character. Seppuku was a very formal ceremony, requiring certain etiquette, witnesses, and considerable preparation. Honor for the samurai was dearer than life, and in many cases self-destruction was regarded not simply as right, but as the only right course. Disgrace and defeat were atoned by performing seppuku. Upon the death of a leader, loyal followers might show their grief and affection for their master by using it. Other reasons for seppuku were to show contempt for an enemy, to protest against injustice, as a means to get their lord to reconsider an unwise or unworthy action, and as a means to save others. The ritual was to be performed calmly and without flinching. If condemned to death, it was held to be a privilege to execute the sentence on one's own body, rather than be a disgrace and die at the hands of the public headsman. The location of an officially ordered seppuku ceremony was very important. Often the ritual was performed at a temple, in the garden or villas, and inside homes, but never at a Shinto shrine. The size of the area available was also important, as it was prescribed precisely for the samurai of high rank. All the matters relating to the act was carefully prescribed and carried out in the most meticulous manner. The most conspicuous participant, other than the victim, was the keishuku, or assistant, who was responsible for cutting off the victim's head after he had done his part. The assistant was usually a close friend or companion.